What's up YouTube, this is Harvey1997 here, coming at you today with a deck profile. This is my totally teched out Paleozoics, as I'm going to call it. So the reason being is because there's a lot of tech cards in this that the normal Paleozoics decks wouldn't have. So yeah, let's jump right into the deck profile. And note, this is actually pretty budget. I'm actually only running one toad because that's all I got. If you don't have him, oh well. I mean, it's obviously better if you have, you know, up to 3 of him. However, if you only have 1, 2, or even 0, just make do, alright? Plus, there's some other power cards you got in this to kind of mitigate not having him. So, we'll get to the extra deck last. So, on to the main deck. Monsters. We have our 3 copies of Swap Frog, because we are running the Frog engine. 2 copies of Dupe Frog, and 2 copies of Ronin Totem. Not really a whole lot else to say about these. It's pretty standard. Some people like 2 Swap Frogs, 2 Dupe, 2 Ronin, things like that. I like to see Swap as soon as possible, even if the other ones are dead, because worst comes to worst, you can summon 1 Swap, send another one from the deck to graveyard, or pitch 1 to special, and then you're all set up. So, that's it for the Frog engine. Now we have 3 Upstart Golden Ninja. So here's what this guy does. You can, once a turn, send a trap from your hand to the graveyard to special summon a level 4 below ninja from your deck in face up or face down defense. So basically you summon 1, ditch a Paleozoic or something like Breakthrough Skill, it's good in the graveyard. Then you summon another copy from the deck, face up in defense. If you're really feeling like it, you can even use the second one's effect to summon another one straight from the deck. The only way that if you draw, the only way that you can not be able to summon one off of drawing too many is if you draw all 3. If you draw 2 of them, well, then that sucks. But I mean, you've got discard fodder, I guess, for your. The whole reason for it is for 1 to get Paleozoic set up in grave immediately, and 2, you make Bujinche Tsukiyomi because he's light, so it gets you draws. So if worst comes to worst and you draw 2 of them, you can summon 1, get the other from the deck, and, you know, then you just set the other cards in your hand and ditch this guy to draw 2 with Tsukiyomi. If you draw all 3, well, cry me a river. Brick hands happen. That's when you just know you got a scoop. Alright, last monster we play is 1 Absolute King Back Jack, because we're playing another mini engine in here, which we'll get to when it comes to. What he does is, if he's in your graveyard, during your opponent's turn, you can banish it. It's a quick effect. And you excavate the top card, and if it's a normal trap, you set it. And it can be activated that turn. If it's not a normal trap, well, it goes to the grave. Sorry. But yeah, with the monsters we're playing, it does have a kinda high chance of hitting a monster, but typically if you draw any of your monsters at all, you're going to be able to thin your deck from more of them. So, it's not that bad. You usually hit traps. Also, it's pretty easy to hit traps with his other effect adding in as well, being that when he hits the grave, you can stack the top 3 cards of your deck in any order. So, yeah, that's pretty good. You know, stack whatever trap you want and then banish them on your opponent's turn. You know, that's pretty good. Alright, I'm not running any spells in here. No demise, anything like that. I was having Raigeki in here at one point, but I wound up moving it to the side deck. Because, you know, no one tends to main deck things like Denko anymore. So, yeah, and if they do, well, again, cry. So, traps. We'll do the Paleozoics right off the bat. We got the 3 Pacaya. I've seen a lot of people cut him down, but personally, I love Pacaya too much to do that. I just think he's way too good. 3 Olenoidus, the MST. He's the one, by the way. Pacaya is the one that's discard to draw 2. So, he's MST. 3 Canadia, the Book of Moon for your opponent's monsters. 3 Dynamiscus, however you say that. Target or face-up card in the field, discard a card, and then banish it. And 3 Morella. Now the reason, because I've heard a lot of people not realize what the point for Morella is. Obviously it's nice to get more Paleozoics in the grave, but typically, for one, if you're going first, specifically games 2 and 3 more often than not, flip Morella on your opponent's draw phase. Immediately dump a Breakthrough Skill. so that if your opponent has a Denko Sekka, you won't just lose to it. Past that, it's also really nice to be able to like send a trap, you know, to the graveyard. In other words, you send another copy of Morella just to get that power play of having 2 Paleozoics in the grave right off the bat. That's pretty nice. And the last Paleozoic we're playing is 1 copy of Leon Coile. I found more to be kind of bricky, so I think 1 is fine. That's for a total of 16 Paleozoic traps. Next, we have 2 copies of Fiend Griefing for combos with our Absolute King Back Jack. So the whole thing, one of the things about this card, it does not have to send the Fiend from your deck to the graveyard when you use it. It only can do it. Therefore, if you dead draw him and the Fiend Griefing, oh well, you just dead drew him, you set him, use him for discard fodder, whatever. But Fiend Griefing does not have to have him in the deck to use it, and if it doesn't, oh well. You know, it's still a good thing to trigger a Paleozoic, and it's good disruption. So, and if you do get to send back Jack, that's even better. So, yeah. We have 1 breakthrough skill. I was trying to do more than 1, but I didn't really care for it. So, yeah, I think 1's just enough in the main deck. I've got another one in the side. But, yeah, I think that's enough. We got 3 copies of Reckless Greed for draw power. And alongside it, we have 2 copies of Jar of Greed and 2 copies of Legacy of Yatagarasu. This will, once I find my 3rd Legacy, I'm undoubtedly cutting 1 jar for the 3rd Legacy, and probably cutting the other jar for something else. Not sure what yet, but something. But yeah, this is a lot of draw power. Between these 7 cards and the 3 Pacaya, you have 10 draw power cards out of 40. It's pretty great. Now we play 2 Waboku because it's, you know, it's really good. Do I need to say more about that? Being able to prevent destruction by battle, prevent battle damage, and get a Paleozoic back all in 1 card. It's great. And 1 Compulse, because this is a very underrated card this format. Being able to bounce things like ABC Dragon Buster on the opponent's turn is really, really good. So, yeah, it's, again, and also, it's a normal trap, and it triggers your Paleos. So, yeah, that's just the thing about this. Tech cards are very okay in this deck, in my opinion. Like, it's alright to play them, whereas in, like, for example, my Pendulum deck, there's only so many techs I can play, because you need, like, whole combo pieces as hands. Like, for this one, not so much, because any trap, as long as you have a Paleozoic Engrave, can be a combo piece. Alright, on to the extra deck. As I said before, I only have 1 Totally Awesome. If you have more, definitely play more. I'll get to what I suggest to take out for more Toads and after we finish the extra deck. Yeah, again, I only have 1 though. So we have 3 copies of Animalakaris, and I have 2 copies of Apabinia here. This is strictly because I cannot seem to find my extra copy of Apabinia. So, yeah. However, I definitely think that you should play 3 of them. That's just my thoughts. So, I think you should play 3. I have 3 in my online deck list. I just don't have 3 right now because I can't find him. So, 1 Cat Shark. Note, you cannot use this effect on these guys because they're unaffected by monster effects. You generally use it on Toad or one of these 2. There are other targets though, because we are playing rank 4s. And I've had some people actually forget. Like, they're like, I don't want to play around Cat Shark, so I can't attack that thing. Oh, I'll just attack your rank 4 monster. And yeah, Cat Shark can still double their attack too. They thought, it's like, oh, I thought I could only target rank 2 monsters. Oh, crap. Well, I lose. Yeah, it's actually really good though. And we have 1 number 45 to negate stuff, and 1 Sky Cavalry to bounce stuff, create a wall, and be a 4K beater with Cat Shark. And that is it for the rank 2s. Well, we have 1 pseudo rank 2 being Downward Magician, and that's the only way you'll be able to make it. But technically is a rank 4. Even though Cat Shark actually can still double this thing's attack too, because it's still rank 4. Now, because we're playing the Upstart Gold Ninjas, we have Fujinto Tsukiyomi, because that's the whole reason we play the engine anyway. 1 Castel, just for that chance. And then the Utopia duo. Now, for the moment, since I can't find that third Opabinia, I'm playing a Utopia Prime just cause. But yeah, I would definitely swap this out for the third Opabinia, to be quite honest. So yeah, let's put that right there. Yeah, no. Okay, but seriously though, if you were to play, let's see, I believe this is 15. Let's count real quick. 1, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Yes. If you were to play more Toads, the thing I would suggest to take out first would probably be the Downward Magician, because honestly, I rarely make the thing. And then if you're gonna make a third Toad, like if you're gonna make a slot for a third Toad in the extra, I'd say one of the 3 Anomalocaris. I think that would be alright. I still think you should probably play 3 Opabinia, because Opabinia is just so good. The pluses are crazy. But yeah, that's so that's actually it for this deck profile, guys. Tell me what you guys think about the teched out, totally Paleozoic deck. Again, it's just, there are so many good combo things in here, like Upstart Golden Ninja, being able to pitch a Paleo and summon a new copy and make Tsukiyomi to draw 2 more is insane. Making plays like Opabinia into Totally Awesome or Opabinia into Anomalocaris, so on and so forth, like the standard decks do, yeah, those are still really good too. Then you also have things like Fiend Griefing on your opponent's turn, which can also stack, like Absolute Backjack can also stack things for Anomalocaris' Excavation effect. It just leads to a lot of really good plays. So that's going to do it for this deck profile, guys. Tell me what you think about it in the comments section below. Do you like Paleozoics? Do you not? I've seen a lot of people that think, oh no, it's just another back row heavy deck, just another set 5 paths. I personally don't feel that way. I'm a very combo, like most of the decks I like to play are very combo centric, and though this deck isn't as combo-y as some of the things I play, I think it still classifies as a combo deck rather than like a floodgate deck, if you will. So yeah, make sure to give this video a like if you haven't already. Subscribe also if you haven't already, just to see all my future content. I will catch you guys in my next video.